Hi, I'm Justin Campbell from Liberty Works. Today I'm going to talk about Queensland's pledge to reach 50% renewables by 2030, and I'm going to explain why that's a really terrible idea. So the first point I'm going to raise today is that it's just bad economics. You pick up any environmental economics textbook and they will tell you that emission standards and standards in general are a worse alternative when compared to pricing and emissions trading schemes. So that's why in the past we've talked about trading schemes, we've talked about carbon prices, because those policies allow a lot more flexibility. By setting renewables, you're saying there's only one solution to climate change, which is to shut down all of our, or 50% of our coal production and replace it with renewables, where there's other options. There's improving those coal power plants, so we're reducing our emissions. There's offsetting activities. There's more efficiency. And the emissions trading scheme, or even a price signal through a carbon tax, achieves that objective. And we've seen in New South Wales, when they had their greenhouse gas abatement scheme that ran for 10 years, that in a very non-fuss kind of way, they achieved significant results with very minimal cost to consumers. But this renewable energy target is going to cost a fortune. And in my second point, I believe it's actually contrary to the national electricity objectives. So I'm just going to read for a moment, but our national electricity objective is to promote efficient investment in and efficient operations and use of electricity services for the long-term interests of consumers of electricity with respect to price, quantity, safety, reliability and security of supply of electricity, and the reliability, safety and security of the national network. Now, we've just had a natural experiment in South Australia. What happens when a state suddenly makes a dramatic shift to renewables? We saw what got affected. The reliability definitely got affected. These new technologies, they're great, but they're not always on. They're not like our old non-renewable electricities, and they simply can't deliver the reliability that we've come accustomed to. And we're seeing what happens with the price. Because they can't deliver that reliability, not only are these technologies more expensive in the initial phase, we often have to turn on expensive options like gas because these renewable options can't deliver the electricity when we need them in peak times. And that's what happened in South Australia. Of course, they had a storm, but even then, they were over-dependent on very limited infrastructure that connected them to the national grid. So that's definitely something we should worry about. And the third point is it won't stop climate change. Queensland alone can't do anything about climate change. So everything we should do should be part of global and national action on climate change. This is us unilaterally, dramatically changing our energy mix. We could probably achieve the same results in carbon reductions by using other methods. The whole thing's just crazy.